is I would like to welcome anybody who may end up joining this kind of an awkward game I've chose to stream on. The subject matter will not involve the game though. We're going to be talking a bit about the new update released for PlayStation. Why I think it's retarded, if I'm even able to say that anymore. And why is it that, why it's a thing, and I'm so confused. What was wrong with the old system? Because if you guys are unaware, to do a party, you have to use your group chats. You can't just invite anybody to a party. And now they've also eliminated the block feature, pretty much. It's to block somebody, it's useless. They can join your parties now. Because you know, they'll be muted and the game that they're playing won't be displayed, but the fact is, I mean, they're joining your parties, and the whole reason to block somebody is to avoid them or to stay away from them, and now they're able to just join your parties. It's so stupid. And to top that off, you know, our voices now, Sony can now listen in and basically violate our privacy. They can listen into your conversations and crap. And I think that's just absolutely just so stupid, because you know, I think that it's a big violation of our privacy. And so I don't know what Sony thinks that they're doing, but I definitely disapprove of it. And you know, I think a lot of people will as well. They've even removed the feature play together. If you guys are unaware of what that is, that's not share play. That is the ability to invite your friends through the party. Why did they remove that? I'm not sure. Because there was nothing wrong with it. The whole purpose of play together was so that you could conveniently, if you're playing with members of a game that you're, you know, playing together with, you know, let's say you're all playing Rainbow Six Siege or Call of Duty or GTA or anything, it doesn't matter what it is, and you just invite everybody to that's in your party that's playing the same game, and so that you guys can play together, right? That's the whole purpose of that feature. Why did they remove that? What was the purpose? What was the accomplishment? What? Secondly, you know, I was in the middle of watching the professional's video on it, because I was so confused, because what's it called? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I get online, and then all of a sudden I try to join my friend's party, and I see that a lot of people are in there, and it isn't people. It's a group chat, and I'm like, what in the hell? So I'm like, TJ. I was with TJ at the time. And basically, I had to explain to him, like, yo, what was this? What is this? Why is this a feature? Well, actually, no, I didn't. I said, what happened? You know, the party system. And then he basically explains to me that the new update, you have to be in a party. So what I do is I exit the party. I try to make a party, and I discover, and I come to find that it does not work at all. It does not work at all. So you have to invite a player into the party. Now I'm not sure if you can just when you go to invite a player to the chat party, you invite them into the actual into the group chat. So I don't understand why that's a feature, why Sony thinks that's going to improve. There was nothing wrong with the old system to my knowledge. There was nothing wrong with the old system. You know, I think the only thing that was wrong was 16 player chats where you can have 16 people, but that was just because if you wanted to have a big ass chat room, you could do that, most certainly. But now you have to invite them into a group chat, and that's just inconvenient. That's just an inconvenience. It doesn't benefit anybody. I don't know if this is the direction of PlayStation 5. I don't know if they're going to continue this in the PlayStation 5, because like I said, I'm very skeptical about new incoming consoles. I'm definitely not investing any money into the PS5 for any means, at launch especially. And here next month in November, they're going to release like 13 or 14 games or whatever. They're releasing a bunch of free PlayStation Plus games, and one of them is going to be a Resident Evil game, and I'm excited for that. But didn't they go ahead and do this? What? They release an update that pretty much destroys what I think was the best feature of PlayStation, and that's the online, you know, the online service. But to do that, you know, it's so stupid, because now you have to go through all these hoops to create a chat party, which is a very essential feature of you know, of playing an online game. So now, you know, whatever, they didn't do anything to broadcasting, I don't think, but they, you know, from the looks of it, you know, there's a lot to unpack here. Not really. You know, I've heard a lot of complaints from other people about their friends list not being able to load. I've not had that happen to me. I've had a couple of stuff happen to me way back in the past where, or not way back in the past, where I couldn't send a screenshot because my messages took too long to load. And so, you know, it's whatever. But I don't know. I'm a very Republican and conservative person. Not that that means anything to a lot of people, but I'm very anti-government control, and I'm very pro-freedom. So for them to just monitor us like this, you know, let's just talk about that for a second. Our conversations will be recorded. Well, who will have access to our conversations and listen in? That's creepy, and I disapprove. Now, obviously, I'm going to put up with it because I have to, because, you know, I love PlayStation, but it just makes me not want to play online games at all. I'm just going to be honest with you. Like I said, there was nothing wrong with the old system. I enjoyed the old system of creating chat parties. There was nothing wrong with it. Absolutely not. The fact is, a person that you have blocked can now join your parties. Now, you know, I want to talk about that. I have a lot of people blocked for numerous reasons, and one of them is because they're so annoying. Their presence is annoying. I just don't even want them in the party. But now, my question is, if somebody, okay, so if everybody in the party has somebody blocked, can that blocked person now join the party? Like what? Or will they have to be added to the group? So I'm not sure. I guess you can't select the group with that person blocked. I'm not sure how that works. You know, Sony was not very clear. I mean, they were pretty clear with their intentions of this update, and that's to add a bunch of hoops and bullshit for us to go through to make a party. That's fucking retarded. You know, like this game I'm playing right now, Borderlands. You know, communication in this game is pretty essential, man. I mean, you don't need to communicate, but communication's one of those big things, and you know, I play this game a lot in parties, man, but fucking to make a party, you have to fucking do a stupid-ass group chat. I don't know why. It's the most needless feature in the game. Now, I wish that it could have, look, man, you could have already done this back in the old way of doing things by just adding somebody, inviting them via the group chat. You can invite them through the group chat if you wanted to. So why do you need to be in the group chat? Is my only question. Why is that a necessity? And you know, before I get too far into that, our voice chats could be recorded. I'm not sure I'm okay with that, because you know, fucking anybody can listen in. Not sure how I feel about that. Not sure how I feel about that. It's creepy, and you know, it's so creepy, dude. I could be talking about anything, man, and it's the internet. I live in America. I have my freedom of speech, right? I can talk about anything I fucking want. But fucking on the PlayStation, I don't know whether I don't really. I'll be honest. I don't read the terms of agreement. We all skip that shit just so we can play online. Let's be honest. So you say something like, you know, something gets said Alright, like let's say this, let's say you play a video in your chat party, and in that video somebody says the N-word or something, or someone says something and offends somebody in a video that you're not even saying it, but they're just going to look at your group chat. What are they going to do then? Or better yet, you know, are we restricted to what we could talk about on the PlayStation? Or terms of service agreement bullshit? Are we restricted by that? Like, what does that do? What does that equal? They don't explain, because all they tell you is that pretty much you're just gonna have to sit back and kind of just accept the fact that they can just listen in, and I don't really look at it like that. Now here's the other thing, right? If somebody was, you know, harassing you, you know, was bullying you, you can report them, and Sony's very, very good at handling those situations. You know, and yes, you do need video proof, and I guess this makes that more available, I guess? I don't know. You know, and I'm not sure I quite approve of that either. Let's say this, let's say me and my friends get into a roasting session, right? Nobody's really getting bullied, we're just roasting each other, and it's funny. Will that be violating the terms of service? What the fuck is this button? Oh, okay. But fucking, will that violate the terms of service? You know, because quite frankly, I'm not sure. And so I think this is very, very, retarded. I don't know, we have one viewer. I'd really appreciate it they gave their thoughts on the matter. But, but fucking, you know, like how does other people perceive this? Like, I'm sure some people out there may be okay with this, but I'm definitely not. I'm not sure. And I don't know the reasoning behind the update either. I don't know what made them think that this was okay, or make them think that this was a necessity, because in my opinion it's not. This is ludicrous, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Especially the big part that gets on my nerves, besides the whole we're being recorded, like, you know, do they have my consent to do that? Or, you know, and here's the other thing, right? The big problem with Sony is you bought the PlayStation, but it's not your property. Okay, that's property of Sony. Okay, so if you get banned, or like you know, if you get reported, you get banned for like you know, temporarily or whatever, that's whatever, right? But if you get banned like more than 3 times, I think you get like perma-banned, right? And you can't access your games, your shit gets locked. You know, there are several problems with this console. You know, not saying I want to move to Xbox, but I mean, like, if Xbox means I have my freedom to talk about what I want to talk about, or to not be recorded for that matter, if I have that civil liberty, I'd prefer to do that at any cost. I don't give a fuck, you know? But honestly, you know, I'm sick and tired of companies doing this, and it's with this new technology. And I may sound like a boomer, for real, but it's annoying, because now you have not only, you know, Sony, but YouTube and shit like that are very sensitive, you know, about people's feelings getting hurt and so forth, and nobody's just willing to want to, you know, stand up and talk about it, you know, and I think that more people should, because companies like this should not be violating our freedom, that's for sure. Especially, you know, like with consoles, because, you know, I'm not a PC guy. I played the PC a few times. I did not really enjoy the mouse and keyboard. I play predominantly on the PlayStation. And so, you know, this being a feature kind of makes me have a distaste for the console right now. Now, it's a good console and shit, but fucking, you know, I'm on here to play my games and to talk shit with my friends, right? That's why we're all on here, right? And so I'm not sure if I can do that anymore. I'm not sure about a lot of things anymore. So I guess my solution is, I guess, watch your mouths around parties and stuff. Like, don't talk about certain things you shouldn't be talking about. And I get it, the whole, if the argument to that would be, well, then you shouldn't be talking about it at all. But my argument to that would be, well, in freedom of speech, I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So, how does that apply? And, you know, and here's a problem. Because Sony, you know, this is property of, your PlayStation's still property of Sony. You do that user agreement bullshit. And it, you know, if you actually take the time to read it, some bullshit's in there, you know? Some bullshit you don't probably care too much about at first thought, but when you think about it, when you stop for a second and think about it, well, at any time they can console lock you and you can't play your games and shit. Or I'm not sure that's how it works, but you know, the games that you purchase on your Sony store, that shit's property of Sony. It's bought in the Sony store, isn't that shit? You bought it with your own money, right? They can still lock you out of those games, and you have to go to your settings and go down to license agreement and stuff like that, and to get your shit back. And if you're blocked or console banned, they may not allow you to do that. Whenever you run out of PlayStation Plus, the games you purchased with PlayStation Plus, you don't have access to those anymore until you get your subscription back. So when you get all these PlayStation Plus games, remember, you're only able to play those on PlayStation Plus. So, you know, physical copies by far are the best. I suggest do not buy digital. Go physical, because, you know, then you can actually physically resell those games if you choose that. Hey, if you, let's say you get fully banned, right, and you can't make a new account. And that's another thing, right? If you get console banned, you can't make a new account. So with the way that things are now, you're, I'm going to say, 5 times more likely to get, you know, in trouble with Sony because of the fact they're recording your conversations. They have every bit of proof and evidence if they want to, and that's kind of gay. If I'm gonna be very honest. So I'm not sure how I feel about that, because, you know, I'm not sure. I think a lot of people are going to get in a lot of trouble, and I'm not sure I'm quite too pleased to hear about that, especially a lot of people on my friends list too. I'm sure there's those out there who don't care about getting banned or whatever, but I most certainly don't want to get banned. You know, I pay my dues. You know, I pay my PlayStation Plus to play online, and then they can just, once you get like temporarily banned, you can't even access your online games, and you still have PlayStation Plus. Isn't that some shit? Now, the other thing I want to talk about Sony is how great their console is. You know, it's such a good console, man. You know, you don't, with Microsoft, it's not very user friendly because you have to constantly sign into shit. You have to sign into your Microsoft account to access like Netflix and shit. Sony, you just need to do your Netflix account, so it makes it so much easier. But Sony now wants to do this? Like, what? Where's the logic in that? You know, where do they come up with this? You know, I wish that they would just add the old feature back to where you can just make a party and invite anybody you want. You know, because that system, that worked, and it worked for a long time. It worked for like 5 years, it seems like. So why change it now? Why change it now? And you know, I get it, you know. Sony's motive behind it is to get more control, I guess, over the, I'm about to sound like Alex Jones for a second, but their goal, I guess, is to control what can or cannot be said in a party chat, I think. And so, not sure how I feel about that. I don't know, I'm probably going to end the stream very soon since it's kind of going dull. But I just felt like I needed to get that out there, you know, because I don't know, man. I mean, it's receiving a lot of coverage, but I want to kind of milk the issue for a second because I think it's kind of bullshit, you know. amongst my peer group, I have a lot of friends, a lot of good friends too, and we talk about a lot of stuff, you know, a lot of deep issues and stuff, and some of it gets very political, and you know, some of it's very offensive, and so it is what it is. So I know a lot of people amongst my friends group, amongst my peer group, may not enjoy this update at all. So, you know, yeah, it kind of sucks. I mean, I get in my settings right now. Let's see. Shit. My audio is being broadcasted, but my screen isn't. I don't care about that. Settings. No, nothing really changed there. God damn it. That's not what I wanted. Okay. I guess a few things. I was gonna pull up something, but I couldn't find it. I'm trying to remember. Oh yeah. So the first thing I saw pop up when I joined, if you guys have not joined the party yet, you may get a notification saying that your conversations will be recorded. So if you guys have not joined the party yet, be wary of that. You know, that notification is going to pop up, and you know, it's everything I just said. You know, it's just going to be, they can listen to it. I'm not sure that they're going to be listening 24/7. I don't know if it's a physical person, you know, because at the end of the day, that I see a lot of problems with that. One, all people are biased. So if you're talking about something that could offend them, who knows what they're going to do? They have that power and that authority to do whatever they want because Sony's afforded them that power. So I'm not sure if they have a specific way of handling that, or if they have a common motive with this, but it seems to me like it's problematic by several ways. Because, you know, all people are biased, and if it's a AI, how does the AI, you know, fit what's being said into a guideline? Also, how can they verify? Here's another thing, right? How can they verify that that's my voice? Like, what? That's so stupid. Like, how do they know it's my voice? Do they mute all audio and check if it's my mic talking? And if so, it could just be a stream or a recording. Like, who knows, right? You know, sometimes mics may make your voice sound different. So, or it can be someone that sounds just like you with a mic just like yours. So, or a voice changer, or anything, the whole 9 yards, right? So how are they going to verify that that's my voice? You know? So, I'm not sure how Sony's going to handle these issues. I hope that they get a lot of backlash from this, because, you know, this is fucking retarded. You know? I guess if you've been reported, I don't know if people who have ever been reported in the past for, like, I don't know, cyberbullying, I guess is what you can call it, I'm not sure, harassment or something, I don't know, will they be more likely to be looked at than people that, what's it called, more likely to be, you know, watched or listened to by Sony than people who haven't been reported at all? Like, is that okay? Like, I don't remember them talking about that or reading anything about that, but I think that would be a big case. And I've been reported a few times and never been banned for it, but bullying for, you know, saying some mean things. But, you know, honestly, I say it in a voice chat, I don't say it in messages. So now I guess I can't say that at all. I mean, I'm just going to admit it, I'll be honest, I'm an honest person. I've talked this shit. And I know a lot of people that talk this shit too. But then again, it is what it is. And I wonder how Sony's going to handle that going forward. So I'm not sure, you know, at all how they're going to handle this, you know, I don't know if they've released a statement, or, you know, or maybe some people, you know, may end up making a petition and petitioning this stupid update. I'll start a fucking petition, hell. You know, if anyone wants to be a part of that, you know, go ahead and join my fucking petition. It's called Freedom for Players, and you know, I'll make it something badass. You know, I don't know, man. What I see personally wrong with this, beyond this, the more common scenario is going to be that Fortnite kid who's talking mad shit on the game, and you know, he's one of those kind of kids that's super loud from day in and day out, you know, and you know, their parents tell them to shut up because they get too loud. One of those kids, you know, and they're on the game and they get super mad and they start cussing somebody out, and you know, a word slips or something where they say something very inappropriate, and then Sony's just like, boop. I think that's going to be the most common scenario. It's gonna be more upsetting than it is funny. It's gonna be more upsetting than it is, you know, helping. You know, I don't think it's gonna be helping anything, to be honest with you guys. I think it's just problematic. It's just gonna cause. The only thing this can do is just cause problems for people like me and people like me, and other people too. But for the most part, you know, all this is going to be doing is just adding more complications to the way that Sony does things. And none of which are based upon logic or logistics. None of these are based upon facts. They're just based upon parameters that basically don't mean shit. Like look, man, it's the game, right? I don't know if you guys ever grew up on the PS3 or the Xbox 360, but back in the day when you were in a Modern Warfare 2 lobby, man, you can get called the N-word, you can get called gay, you can be called you know, whatever, the whole 9 yards, and there was nothing wrong with it at the time. And then now, all of a sudden, due to recent events and, you know, in real life, you know, people have gotten too sensitive, and we have to now have to accommodate those sensitivities. And unfortunately, one of those places that we have to accommodate is the PlayStation and the Xbox. So I don't know if Xbox is receiving anything like this. I hope that many people from Xbox will come over here and tell me, hopefully, that the same thing isn't happening over there, because I don't wish this upon any console, you know. I think that personally, one of the worst updates that Sony could have ever released. Almost to the point where I don't even want to be playing the PlayStation, just for that fact alone. At least not with friends, you know. And that's upsetting to me, because I'm not comfortable with my voice being recorded, so I'm just going to be in game chat 24/7 now. It's so crazy because what was it? I wasn't on for 2 days, and it seemed like, and I get on. And then all of a sudden, you know, from 2 days ago, parties were normal. You could just invite people, and you don't have to invite them into a group. And it was so normal. Now, 2 days later, boom. This bullshit? What? I know a lot of people, you know, the servers were undergoing the maintenance for this, so I didn't experience that. I might end up experiencing it in a few days, maybe not, hopefully not, but maybe, you know, where Sony pretty much kicks you out of your ability to play online regardless if you have PlayStation Plus or not. But anyway, the server maintenance, I heard a lot of people were not able to play online for whatever reason. I was luckily offline for 2 days. You know, but you know, now it's here, the apocalypse. You know, this is like, you know, whenever the apocalypse happens, and you know how people like rush to, you know, grocery stores or to gun stores, and they try to like get whatever they can while it's still available. I'm like one of those kind of people that just gets it before the crisis happens and is already ready and already prepared for it. Right? So I've always been, I guess you could say, prepared for when does stupid shit, but, you know, I wasn't prepared for this. It's like you're preparing for a government shutdown, and then all of a sudden aliens start invading the world. Like, what you prepped for was not what ended up happening at all. So now I kind of felt retarded. You know, because I was always ready to get reported and stuff. And I didn't like getting reported. I hate getting reported. I think I was only reported once or twice. And I, you know, got kicked off. I think it was only once, and it was over some bullshit. My big other thing is, guys, if you're in any very terrible parties, like a juice party, if you know what I mean, juice, get out of it while you still can. So I was lucky, and after I got reported for being in a juice party, I think, or it was something like that. It was juice, you know, and I got booted, not booted, reported, and you know, so after that I was just like, I left every juice I was in, didn't matter. So, you know, I stopped with that. I recommend if you guys are in any, Sony can now see that it looks like through parties and other stuff. Just get out of it while you still can. Delete your internet hit. I don't know why people would be watching stuff on the PlayStation, but if you are, you get it off your search history while you still can. It looks like Sony is now mobilizing and is now doing their you know, government takeover over PlayStation. So go ahead and act while you still can, you know. But me, I've already prepped for it, and you know, this is not what I prepped for, but hey, you know. And that, and start, you know, watching your mouth a little bit around the parties, I guess. You know, but I guess that's all I gotta say for now. So I'm just gonna, you know, hop off here and play some more Borderlands. Looks like I've been enjoying the first one for a little while now, and I've come back to play it again for a few more times. So, you know, so hop off.